Hiya Steve, great to meet up with you and spend the morning on the golf course the other day. Just a quick recap on the main issues that we discussed. We can see here on the top left of your screen on the 15th tee, hitting, I think it was a 6-iron. I just put the box around the head. The first thing we notice is that for someone who's been working on the weight forward, you can see that the weight is certainly not forward in this footage. And then we also get a situation on the way back where the weight translates away from the target. Now, the work that you've been doing on keeping the arms straight and preserving the radius of the swing has dramatically improved your overall action, and when we view it from down the line, you can see here that the setting of the wrist is much more incremental than it was. The flexing of the arms is kept to a minimum, nowhere near as excessive as it was. But what we have got is we've got a lot of forward bend being maintained, and we've got a movement away from the golf ball. So what we've got to do now is we've got to shift the weight across faster and for longer than we would have if we kept stable during the backswing. Now, as you do that, you're lunging across with both centres flexing forward, and you can see as you come through impact now, if I just get rid of those lines for you, we've got this sort of flex forward look that we've been trying to get rid of. So we need to take a little look at having the weight forward. Now it can affect things. Now, this is you on the next tee trying to put the weight forward, and you can see again that even though you may be trying to do it, the weight isn't forward enough and the movement is still off the golf ball. You've now made it really easy to hit the ground behind the ball and hit excessively up and therefore across the golf ball through impact. And if we take a little look at it from down the line, the thing that we notice is as you come through the golf ball, the club starts to get out in front of you. That's you flexing forward and lunging back across. So the act of getting back across to the golf ball with both centres is causing you to get flex forward too much, continuing to flex forward, exiting very low, and there's a definite swing across the ball to the left. What we see with players here, better players, we see a little bit more of an incremental movement, that's still flexing forward but also sliding the hips, and more importantly continuing to hit out at the golf ball as opposed to swinging dramatically to the left. So tracing the arc both sides of the golf ball, from the inside to square to inside. So that needs a little bit of work on also. Now this footage on the top right is you feeling that you're putting 80% of your weight forward, and you can see when you do that it doesn't look 80% forward, it looks pretty well balanced, but allows you to also stay more centered on the golf ball during your backswing. You can see there's less of a move off the golf ball, which means we now don't need to lunge back across. We still do, because this is only 2 holes into the change, but from that position you're in now, it's much easier to get back to the golf ball in the appropriate manner. Centre of the shoulder turn hasn't moved off the ball as much, meaning the angle of attack will not be as upward and therefore not as much across the golf ball. So getting the weight forward is essential, allowing you to make a more centered backswing, and then in turn learning how to keep the hips moving forward to prevent you coming across the golf ball too much, as we saw on the bottom left hand footage from down the line. Good luck with it, and I look forward to working with you again in the coming weeks. Well done.